What up, 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 what up? It's the play-in. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rod and Don. We back in the building as always, ready to rock and roll with another fire app for you, Brooklyn Beards and Ball Sports Show. Hey, listen, we need y'all to do us a favor before we talk about all this good NBA basketball we're about to embark upon. We need you to smash that like button. We need you to share. We need you to comment. Facebook, YouTube. Listen, we appreciate y'all. Our likes are growing. Our subs are coming up. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for, bringing the heat, bringing the smoke, dropping the line with us. It's all good. You know, we only bringing the truth is what we do because we from Brooklyn. You know, our city always reps. So, D, what's good with you, bro?
Oh man, this is fantastic. I'm very excited about this show. My team, well, we don't play this week because we're actually in the playoffs. So we play next week. I'm looking forward to Saturday's game. We do play the 76ers. That's been locked in. There's a few teams still, crawling around for crumbs, but we'll get into that a little bit. Let's get into it. Rod brought it up. It's play-in week. Play-in. Play-in.
Yeah.
You're not in.
Yeah.
You're going to try to play in.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the Lakers really quick because there are some other teams that are competing in the play-in. But really, the Lakers are the most exciting team because they have the most promise, right? Everyone thinks, Rod will tell you the Lakers get in. It's a mentality. Once the Lakers get in, that's all they need to do. Once they get in, their pedigree, their experience, them having two of the top 10 players in the league on their team will carry them to where they need to go. Western Conference Finals, maybe the NBA Finals, maybe winning it all. But time will tell. First, they have to get through Minnesota. Now, if all of the injuries to key players throughout the leading up to the end of the season was not enough for the Lakers to have a lifeline, Minnesota, one of their defenders, Jalen, I think McDaniel, punches the wall and breaks his hand. Rudy Gobert gets into a fight with Kyle Anderson. He's suspended. I mean, they're trying to... the NBA is trying to do anything possible to let the Lakers in.
Oh my God.
No. These are self-inflicted. I'm joking.
I'm joking. Okay, I know you are, but it's
self-inflicted.
Okay.
But just think of all of the things, all of the advantages that the Lakers are afforded just to get deeper in, get through one game, try to get some rest. Because potentially, Minnesota has beat them before. So if they had full strength, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they would beat the Lakers, and then the Lakers would be forced to play the winner of 9 and 10 to solidify the final seed. But an undermanned team, the Lakers should beat them. They should beat Minnesota. I just real quickly want to talk about why LeBron, number one, is glorifying, because you always say Brooklyn hasn't won anything. The Lakers have 17 banners, and this is such a storied franchise and such a great team. Why is LeBron getting excited over being a 500 team? And why is he kinging himself? He's putting a crown on his own head to be in the 7th seed in the play-in. The people that should be crowning themselves aren't playing this week. Those are the people who should be putting a crown on their own head. He's crowning himself and playing on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever the day is. Tuesday. So I think his priorities are off. We'll talk a little more about his Robin, because it ain't Batman and Batman. His Robin, who's been non-existent since you said that's what he does. But what do you say about the Lakers and the play-in? What are their chances?
All right. Let's get all of this out the way. So, number one, y'all know Donspiracy, of course, even though he says it in tongue-in-cheek, but there's a little bit of truth to him, at least, that this is all conspired. The punch around the world, from Rudy Gobert and Jarrett, punching a hole in a wall or trying to at least look. It just goes to show to to the idiocy of some teams and their players, right? I mean, we're not responsible for teams that don't know how to exercise proper comportment because, again, they're not used to winning. And this is what I've always been saying. And when we talk about the Brooklyn Nets a little later, you're going to say the same. I'm going to say the same thing again. Again, championship teams know what to do at certain times and how to project themselves and know how to pace themselves for that level of play. A play-in for the Lakers, yes, that's not what we want to be. But listen, nobody expects us to even make the playoffs after the disastrous first half of the season we had. We had Westbrook. They're not blaming all of Westbrook, but again, we had pieces that just did not fit for our team. Kudos to Rob Pelinka. Turned it around, got the right pieces in. Lakers are 19-9. If this team started in the beginning of the year, oh, trust me, all right, we would have been definitely chilling this week. No doubt about it, all right? And again, as I told you before, part of the reason why the Lakers struggle, as we know, because again, AD and LeBron just haven't been healthy. LeBron is expected, 38 years old, still averaging 29 points a game. Why? He kings himself, because here's the king. He was named the king before he even came out. Okay, it was the moniker that the world gave to him, and the world can't take it away. Okay, so the truth is that that's what he came into the league with, that level of pressure. And there's been no player in the history of any sport that has come out of a amateur sport like in the way he has to carry the expectations that he has carried and has lived up to them, okay, consistently through his career, okay? Not Tiger Woods, not Michael Jordan, not Kareem. Those guys, yes, they had great careers, okay, but we saw them fail at the tail end of their careers. LeBron at 38 is still averaging 29 points a game. It's ridiculous. It's unprecedented. It's unheard of. So if this man wants to crown himself, like everybody calls him King James, what's the big deal? Because here's the key. It's not about beating Utah in the last game of the season. That's not what this is about. We know LeBron is looking at what? Getting into the playoffs and to make noise. A team that nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to play the Lakers. Trust me, not Memphis, who also got key defenders that are out now. 2 key defenders that are going to be out for the remainder of for the duration of the playoffs when it begins. And so that again, it just happens to work in our favor. And as far as the play-in, yeah, I didn't like it, but I love where we stand because it was all about how we played up to this point. In the last month and a half, the Lakers looked like the team that everybody expected them to look like, with 2 bona fide, with 1 superstar, 1 great player, and the really good role players, and our defense third since the trade. We got going back for the whole year. Since the trade, third in defensive efficiency. Okay, and the Lakers defense looks like a championship defense. 6 out of the last championship teams that have won in this league all were in top 5 in defensive efficiency. The Lakers have what it takes. Now, coming into this game on Tuesday, Rudy Gobert is suspended. Hey, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that, but I'm happy to hear the news, okay? AD averages 38 points and 20 boards against the Timberwolves. We beat them in the season series 2-1, okay? My friend, my good brother, my bro here from Brooklyn, from the Double O, wants to tell you and make y'all believe that he has descended somehow in his scoring, okay? Well, look, we didn't need AD to score to the degree in which he needed to. And again, I keep trying to tell Big D, it's all about context, okay? He had 16 points against Utah, didn't really need him. LeBron decided to jack up, he hit 8 threes in that game. He took a lot of shots. He was playing well. It all depends on what's going on in the dynamics of the game. He had 14 against Phoenix. Who cared? Nope. The Phoenix Suns had their fans play against us. So nobody cared. He didn't need to play. You understand? Again, the Clipper game, he only had 17 points. Could have gotten more shots there. But again, he's not at this. Don't fall for the hype that somehow, some way, that he is in this position where he's just somehow sliding and he's not playing well.
Is he trending? Is he trending in the right direction going into the play-in?
Yes, he is.
What's his average? You said he averages what, 26?
50% against the Clippers.
I don't care about 50%.
Well, I mean, percentage from the field goal range means a lot. It ain't like he's dipped in efficiency.
Okay, cool. If you take 5 shots, well, I mean, how does that help?
Right, but that's my thing. But again, it goes by dynamics. It's not like he shot 7 of 25. I'm saying he just didn't get enough shots because, again, the only game
Why?
that really mattered was the Clippers because, again, we talked about this last week. Double team, being down by 25 points. You're not twice. We were down by more than 20 points against the Clippers in that same game.
So let me ask you a question.
So you're not going to be able to go through a methodical process of going through a big man is not going to get you back in the game, D.
Okay, no problem.
That's what we talking about.
He's not a traditional big man. He shoots a lot of mid-range jumpers.
Right.
He'll shoot threes occasionally. Right. So he's not. When you say a big man's not going to get you back in, I wouldn't consider Anthony Davis the prototypical big man that wouldn't be able to get you back in the game.
I'm going to tell you why. But I'm going to tell you what. No, he's not your prototypical big man in terms of skill, but he's still a big man like every big man in the league. Even still today, he still has to get the ball in his hands. He's not a guy who's going to dribble from end to end. So he's not that kind of player. He's got to still get the ball in certain spots and then try to create some space in that moment to get a shot up. But that takes time to do. He's got to get in position. He's got to be able to set himself up. By the time you run your offense and get all that in there, it's 10 seconds left on the shot clock for all intents and purposes, not to mention that they're going to front him. They're going to double down on him. So what I'm saying is you're just looking at the stats, but you got to look at the dynamics of the game and what's going on in it. So again, he's got to kick it out. Other guys are going to have to step up and other guys have to play. No way AD has fallen off or he's not the same player he was.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't suggest that. This is what I'm implying. Okay. Since we had the discussion and we discussed the path for the Lakers to be successful and how many touches, whether it's touches, points, if it's a double team, the double teams aren't going away for Anthony Davis. No, so not. He's going to have to rise above that. When you exit in the first round, are you going to then say he didn't get enough touches or he didn't maximize?
No, I'm gonna tell you that it was probably something else that occurred in that first round playoff matchup against Memphis. There's going to be some other things that either Memphis did or we didn't do. But again, it's not going to just be because of what you're implying that AD is just not taking enough shots or he's not perhaps being aggressive enough. I mean, he does have to play well, and I believe he will. Jaren Jackson leads the league in fouls, okay? He is a fouling machine, and we lead the league in producing the most fouls. Nobody takes more free throws than the Lakers. So that already is a bad recipe.
It's another benefit. It's another benefit because that is solely based on the refs, right? A lot of those fouls are not it's based on subjectively what the ref wants to. Because have you ever seen? Let me ask you something.
We're not a great three. We don't shoot a lot of threes, especially in the beginning of the season. So a lot of those stats probably came from more in the beginning of the season. I mean, we still get a lot of free throws now, but remember, D, we don't shoot a lot of threes. We penetrate. We come to the hole. Schroeder's in the hole a lot. LeBron drives down the middle of the lane. AD is around the basket. He gets in there with the short hooks. I mean, we are a team that will penetrate against you, and we do a lot of pick and roll. So, I mean, a lot of teams love to launch threes, so that's why they don't get the calls.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. I just want to read one stat to you. Please. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the first player in NBA history to average 30-plus points per game, 10 rebounds a game, and 5 assists on 55% shooting in a season. My question to you is Anthony Davis as good or better than Giannis?
Honestly speaking, skill-wise, I think he is better than Giannis.
Okay, he's better.
I think he is. Yeah, I think skill-wise, he is better. I do think he's better. That's like LeBron and KD. KD is a better skilled player than LeBron. But overall, if I had to just gauge their careers, I'm picking LeBron over KD any day.
Okay, we're not talking about.
No, I'm just giving you some.
We're talking about Anthony Davis and Giannis. So
I think
between those, AD is better. So why isn't he having these type of numbers?
Because he gets number one.
Giannis doesn't get doubled. Please say he doesn't.
No, he does. He does.
Okay, then. So people can believe it or not, America, you can figure out getting double teamed.
Okay, but D, if does not a lot of Giannis's points come around the basket and charging down the middle of the basket? Because again, he can't shoot jumpers, right? AD may not have and even AD still shoots a high percentage still, which you got to give him credit for because he takes tougher shots than Giannis. All Giannis points comes off dunks and layups. He ain't shooting nothing.
So he's
outside of 5
one-dimensional.
feet.
You should be able to
He
shut
is
him down.
one-dimensional.
You should be able to shut him down.
Shaq was one-dimensional.
Anthony Davis is such a dynamic, complex player that he has the last 4 games he's been averaging 17 points. Give me the one-piece puzzle
3 to
that
4
gives me
games
30.
are blowouts, though, D. But 3 to 4 games are blowouts. See, that's the thing. Again, you got to put it in context. Okay, Utah, Phoenix.
Your involvement, and I think winning by 10 or 11 points is not a blowout, especially when it was close down the stretch. You didn't blow Utah out. Let me tell you what a blowout is. Golden State was when they put up 80 points in the first. That's a blowout. Winning by 10 or 11 points is not a blowout.
I mean, but again, was LeBron not the focal point on that day and that game?
But that's
LeBron
the problem.
being able to. Why would you take the? Why would you?
Not take the ball out of his hands.
Well,
but he's 38 years old. So let me ask you this question, and maybe this is the answer. Maybe this is the reason why you're okay with it. Do you expect a 38-year-old man in his 20th season to take you to the mountaintop? If yes is it, if you expect that to be the case, then keep playing the way you're playing. But Anthony Davis is 30 years old, right? The offense should go through Anthony Davis.
And
LeBron,
it does.
Not with 17 points.
You act like, oh my God, you're acting like as if AD is not putting up points. Like he's not putting up his stats. He's still putting up monstrous numbers.
He's putting up below his average. Like in the last 4 or 5 games.
What, in the last 4 games versus the whole year? I mean, D, come on. Okay. He only averaged 2 points. Like regular season this year, D, he's averaged 24, right? 24 points for his career. This year, with the 56 games
for his career. Not for his, we can't say for his career.
I'm looking at his stats right here.
Right, but don't talk about his career because he spent a lot of time in New Orleans.
But listen to my point. Today, I mean, this year alone, he's averaging 26. So he's averaging 2 more points more than his career.
So what is his average going into the playoffs or play in? Is his trajectory going up or going down? Based on the last 5, 6, 7 games.
D. Okay. All right. So let's look at the last 5, 6, 7 games. Okay.
Okay.
And we can get somebody to add this up for us because I don't have the stats in front of me. Okay.
I'm good at math.
He got 16.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
40. Okay. That's 5. I'm gonna give you 10. 38.
Because you got to keep getting.
No, you said the last 5, 10 games.
I said 5, 6, or 7.
5,
now
6,
you want to bring it to 10?
5 games.
Blow it out to 10.
All right, so we did 5. Let's do 7 games. 38 and 38. He scored back to. Listen, why can't he get the high end of your spectrum? Why you got to get the low end? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Because the low end.
Let's be fair.
No. The fair part is the low end is going into the games that really matter. The regular season.
All the games mattered, except, I mean, we did lose to the Clippers, but we did win enough games to put us in the play-in. I mean, every game was an important game for the Lakers for the whole month of March.
7 through 10 get you in the play-in. So if you're at the 7th, seed, you still had some room to drop and still be in the play.
The only game that hurt us at the end of it all was the Clipper game, but we won enough games to even make that game meaningful, is what I'm trying to say. So we still won enough meaningful games to be in a situation where we could be in the play-in, and if we win, we're in. We're not like Minnesota or whoever will lose that first game, got to now play another game. They got to win 2 to get in as opposed to 1.
You're assuming.
I'm assuming. I mean, I like our chances. I do. I mean, you like the Lakers' chance. You think the Lakers are going to lose against Minnesota?
Yeah, everybody, you got all the starters with broken hands and fighting each other and punching.
All things.
No, absolutely.
Do you think the Lakers can win? Do you think the Lakers got a good chance of winning?
Playing Minnesota with their team now, they should. And
if
they
think we would not win against Rudy Gobert if he was playing? Do you think the Lakers will still win?
Well, you lost. There's 2 players. One, Rudy Gobert is good on defense. He's not.
Okay,
so
we beat them 2 times this year with both those players that played. So I'm saying. So I'm just trying to say we did beat them when they was at full strength.
Okay.
We did. I mean, and we shut down Anthony Edwards with our defense, suffocating defense.
It was I don't think Big Cat was playing when y'all beat them both games.
We did. The last day we did. We beat him. We did.
Was he back? Because he was injured. He had that calf strain that was out.
He was back the last game we played and we beat them. He was playing.
Right. He just came back, but the other game.
Only one game he didn't play. The last two, because we played Minnesota. We played Minnesota actually, what was that, on 3-7? I don't know. You might be right. He probably didn't play. I don't know if he played that March 7th game. No, he played in the last two games, though. He played, in the last game. The 331 game he played.
So you guys won. You should feel confident. Anthony Davis, 16 and 13, and LeBron at an advanced age having to score 36, 6 and 6 in order for you guys for him to throw the crown on his head. Cool, no problem. We'll see how that works out for you guys.
What's wrong with that? LeBron can do that, though. If there's any player that can do that, it's LeBron. He can do. No one is taking exception to that.
Not in that position. No, not LeBron haters.
He's not doing. Everybody knows, though, D. He's not doing that because of a beating Utah and getting into a play-in. That's not why he did that. He's just reminding everyone, I'm still king. And though this, like to your point, AD is the guy that he's supposed to ride us there. But don't think that LeBron's input should be any way minimized. He still is going to play at a high level, and he has. LeBron scoring 29 points a game is not because AD isn't scoring. It's because he's just still great. Why can't he just still be great? It has nothing to do with AD scoring or not.
Let me just add, before we move on, let me ask you just this question, and we'll see where this goes.
Okay.
If LeBron plays the way he's been playing, right? Now listen to what I'm saying really carefully, so that later on you won't say that I was double talking you. If LeBron plays the way that he's been playing, 36 and 6, and he's putting, 30 plus points up, and Anthony Davis plays the way he's been playing over the last 5 games, under 20 or right at 20 points and double-digit rebounds. How far can the Lakers go with that? Just with that dynamic, how far can they go?
I still think the Lakers can go far, because here is the key. AD's presence and still being able to score when he has to score is still vital. Even if LeBron happens to be feeling it that night, doing what he does, playing against smaller guys, taking them to the cup, bullying people over, should LeBron not do that because, let me not run this guy over and get a quick and one because we got to make sure AD gets his points.
LeBron's going to play his game.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Both not going to get 40 a night. So I'm saying somebody's going to have to be the guy that's going to take the lead in scoring. But again, with AD still down there, drawing attention, getting blocks, playing on defense, altering shots defensively, still being able to get some shots off, hitting some mid-range and doing the things that he can do, rebounding, that's still part of AD still being an integral factor and still leading us in a certain kind of way. So he doesn't need to score 30,000 points in a game in order to say, he needs to lead his team. Just him being out there, that's the purpose of a duo superstar team with 2 guys. I mean, listen, you would have had a better model to follow if KD and Kyrie played more games. Because they only played half a quarter together, I know it's hard for you to see.
No. What I'm saying is, don't you want to
without having to dominate?
Don't you want to preserve LeBron? No, I'm being serious. Serious.
Not in the playoffs, D.
Okay, let me tell you what happened. We're going to see what happens. We saw what happened when the Lakers had to go. They went into overtime playing Utah?
Yeah.
And then
that was, because we just didn't handle the ball well in the last quarter. Again,
so LeBron had to play overtime. He scored 9 points in overtime. How did he look when he played the Clippers?
I thought in that game. Yeah.
Wait a minute. He played good?
Let me see. What did LeBron have in that game?
3 points in the first half. He ended up with 33.
Right. So he had 30 points in the second half.
It was useless. It's like, let me tell you what it said.
How was it useless? Let me tell you. They only lost by 7. You just said it's not a blowout if you lose.
I didn't say it was a blowout.
No, but what I'm saying is that was still
W's and L's. It's the equivalent of Dak Prescott putting up 300 yards in the second half when you're down by 20. It looks good stat-wise.
So that's why AD wasn't able to really get into his rhythm, because we were down twice in that game over 20 points. So you gotta be able to play a faster
So
game.
is there any
You can't
blame?
play.
Is there any blame to be directed at getting down by 20-something points?
Well, that's a whole team
Westbrook
right
would
there.
have never allowed y'all to get down by 20 points.
You're right. He would allow us to get down by 30. He couldn't play because he didn't play no defense.
See, you're already making a mistake.
He played no defense.
And then this is how much faith you have in Anthony Davis.
What do you mean?
You picked up two other big men. You blew the dust off of Tristan Thompson. What is he gonna do?
I have no idea. I ain't gonna lie. That's a friendship move. That's like, I'm like, he gotta pay his mortgage to his house or something.
Right.
He's backed up in a building. LeBron said, "Come on,
I'm
just
like,
come on."
What are you guys doing?
That was.
I mean,
listen, he's there for fouls. He's there for fouls.
That's what it has to be. It has to be here. We're picking him up for 6 fouls. 6 fouls a game.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay.
I mean, he's like the Canadian enforcer. He's like an enforcer. And he's from Canada, so it's like, get out of here, Tristan Thompson.
I mean, look.
That sounds like a desperate move. That's a desperate grab at straws.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't even think they're gonna play him. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna play. Mo Bamba's back now. They're gonna try to get him back into some playing shape.
I forgot you said. I forgot.
Yeah, Mo Bamba can ball. Mo Bamba is the good, and he can shoot. Mo Bamba can stretch the defense because he can shoot. He can shoot. He has range. That boy can play.
So what do you expect him to do?
Stretch the defense. Give us more room.
Something Anthony Davis can't do?
To operate in, huh?
This is something Anthony Davis can't do?
When Anthony Davis is on the bench, Mo Bamba has to come. Mo Bamba has to come in. I'm about to say Obama. Mo Bamba has to go in there and play. He's got to play. When he's out there with the second unit, which, you know what I'm saying, he's got, that gives room for Schroeder. That opens up the more for Beasley even to get some shots off and guys to be able to shoot. It'll open up things for Hachimura. Like, having a big man that can shoot, you got to pull. What does that do? That's going to draw the defense out. So he's not playing on the floor at the same time as Davis. No, he's not. He's not a starter. He doesn't start for us. No,
I know he's not a starter. I'm not suggesting he's a starter. But you're acting like, Mo Bamba's back. So yeah,
no, but he's dead. No, but Obama. No, but the reason why I said that is because I'm saying that, again, Tristan Thompson may not even really get any burn. Again, he's just another body. That's really what it is. He might come in and give us.
And then you picked up another big man.
It was another guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, just picking up any glue factory players that you can to fill out a roster.
But listen. We are a championship pedigree team. We know how to build a championship team. Unlike Brooklyn, y'all wouldn't know what to do right now. Y'all gonna go in there with that same team, and y'all gonna feel the wrath in the first round, and that's it. Like, how dare you question what we do? You know what I'm saying? We got batters. Do I have to go through this again? We got batters.
So are we going to live off of yesteryear? Or are we talking about?
We just won in 2020. What do you mean yesteryear? That's 2 years ago. Brooklyn, New Jersey Nets, whatever net you want to talk about. They've never cut any nets down.
People don't even go to work anymore. We've had COVID. The world has changed since y'all won. And you're talking about 2020?
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2023. I have news for you. It's 2023.
Okay, all right, so 3 years ago.
Okay,
so that's
a lot has happened in 3 years. So
when was the last time the Nets won a championship? The ABA with Julius Erving?
So
is that what you're going to tell me?
Let's go on to so you have won a championship in a bubble, right?
Oh my God! So not a bubble. The bubble don't count. So any team won in a bubble.
So let me ask you this real quick, and then we're really going to move on.
Okay.
What is more of a fraudulent championship, since you always knock Kevin Durant? His championship in Golden State or your championship in the bubble?
The truth be told,
you're looking up to the moon and the stars. I know the answer. Based off of that, I know the answer. But go ahead. I'll give you an opportunity.
No. I'm going to tell you why your question doesn't make sense. This is why I can't really answer it.
Okay.
Because the question is not properly aligned in terms of I want to say with proper what's the word I'm looking for? Proper comparison. You're judging a player. Are you judging KD's championship or Golden State's championship against the Lakers? You got to compare either team or it's player versus player. You can't do player versus team.
Okay.
That's
No,
not a
no,
fair
no. We're
comparison.
talking about the final the final result. You always say that Kevin Durant's championships or his rings are
Because of what
fraudulent.
he did, not Golden State, but because of what he did.
Well, he was on Golden State, and he was the
Right.
best
But
player
what
at
I'm saying,
Golden State.
but he went to a team. He took an easy path to get 2 quick, easy chips.
Okay.
That's the
All
problem.
right. So you gave me your answer. You think
What?
the bubble championship, or you think Kevin Durant's championship with Golden State is more fraudulent?
His ring is not legit. Everybody else in that team in Golden State that won their chips, that chip is still legit. It's not legit for KD, a player who everybody has expectations on and about and for in terms of being a great player. Like, we can't have it both ways. We can't say Kevin Durant is one of the greatest to play the game and then at the same time dismiss what he did by taking an easy path out to win a chip. That's the thing. You can't have both. So either he's just
well, that's your take that he took the easiest path. I think he took.
Easy path.
I think he had options, which all of us love to have options in life, right? Who wants to be forced into making a decision?
So did he?
We're going to talk about Lamar Jackson. He has options, but his options are limited. He would love to go to a team that would want to pay him his money, but his options are limited because a team controls his destiny.
Let me ask you a question, D. And then I promise we will move on. You mean to tell me you don't think KD's move, which is the path of all the options you just talked about that he had, clearly was the path of least resistance? Okay, clearly the path of least resistance. Okay, but again, putting it into context, coming from a championship team, championship aspirations. Okay, OKC, been there. Conference finals, up 3-1 on a team that he would then join the very next season. You don't think, D, what was Kevin Durant? What does he gain, or what kind of credit does he get for going to a team that was already a championship team? Coming from a team, it wasn't like he played, it ain't like Dame Lillard in Portland. And all of a sudden, Lillard goes to now all of a sudden Lillard wants to play with Denver or Milwaukee, even, right?
Oh, well, listening to him, I think he's changed his tune. Dame Lillard is now having. Dame Lillard just said the other day, I want to ask Portland what they're gonna do, and they're like, wait a minute. You just signed all this money. Well, listen, you had an opportunity.
We know Dame is cap on that, right? But that's what I'm saying. Right. He was capping all the time back before. This is how he really feels. But what I'm saying is, but again, the narrative doesn't change. If he decides to go and play for Milwaukee, join Boston, some other team that's already considered to be a championship pedigree team, listen. What would he need to do if Dame Lillard went to play with Milwaukee? What would he need to do to win that chip? Other than just put the Milwaukee.
He needs to play his game.
And just play his game. Right. But how much more easy is that game when you got Giannis, you got Middleton, you got Holiday, you got Lopez, you got all these other guys that are already winners and a top Eastern team like Golden State was the best team.
Chances are all those players wouldn't be there if they had to get Dame Lillard.
Okay,
but I get what
Lopez,
you're saying.
I think he's but you understand my point.
No. More than Lopez would have to go. It would probably be Lopez, Middleton.
No, I'm talking
wouldn't
about
have Middleton.
agency. But what I'm saying is this, right? With Dame you would have to trade. But I'm saying aside from all of those particulars, I'm just saying end result being if a Dame Lillard like KD, who's one of the most prolific scorers and players in the NBA at that time and still is, goes to a championship team, a team that's considered to be, if not the second best, but the best, because at that time, Cleveland won the championship, the best team in the league. What does he have to do other than put on a uniform and just shoot the ball? When the team's got to worry about Curry, they got to worry about Thompson, they got to worry about Draymond, they got to worry about all these other guys.
They clearly
what did he have
didn't
to do?
have to worry about them because they beat them, right? So if we're honest with each other, we don't think that the Warriors would have beat Cleveland again. They had their number. Some teams, it is about matchups, right? You guys, and we're going to go to football really briefly. the 49ers over the last couple of years have the Cowboys number, right? But let's just say, I don't know, Kansas City, they may have our number. Matchups matter, right? So it could be the fact that it's just a matchup problem. And I think the Cavaliers, because
you're going back to team, though. You're not. See how you pulling KD out of that? You're extrapolating him out of your equation.
No,
I'm
not.
Going to team. We're not talking about teams. We're talking about a player. That's like saying
he played within. He played within the constraints and of the team. He wasn't just ISOing. The ball was moving. It was when KD left. When KD got there, prior to KD getting there, the ball was moving. They had Harrison Barnes. It was moving.
Right.
When he got there, it was seamless. So we have to talk KD as a team, right?
No, but we're talking about the legacy of KD. That's the thing we.
But he elevated and became the best player once he got there. That is the problem. All right, so we look at perfect example. If Phoenix goes on to win the championship, we don't think Chris Paul was the driving force.
No,
Chris Paul was just going on for a ride.
Right.
When the Denver Broncos won the championship with Peyton Manning, he was going on for the ride. He wasn't a pivotal part. That first year he balled out, but when they won the Super Bowl, he didn't do anything. Von Miller carried
he was at
them.
the end of his career. That's a different, analogy. The comparison doesn't match. I mean,
we're talking about if you go, but we're talking about ultimately players leaving the team that they were known to be at or have made their claim to fame and going to another team. Are they just kind of riding? Are they just a player that is just, a Tristan Thompson? I'm just added for a roster spot? Or am I going there and being the best player on the team? Because he came there and he accomplished.
He was the best skill player on the team, but
on the best team. If you want to say it was the best team, best organization, he went there and became the best player on the best team. We should give him some type of that's not an easy feat.
We don't. Why is that not an easy feat? And you're playing with two future Hall of Famers.
But he became the best player.
MVP player. What? How does that? Like you're saying, I could give KD his flowers for being a great player, yes, but for being a great player, playing with other great players, making his road to success that much easier,
and
without having to do anything else but other than just score, because a defense is under so much duress, having to stop 2 or 3 other great players. Like that, like D, how could you not see the it's just the sucker MC move he did. It doesn't matter. And Steph won 2 chips without him. He's won 2 chips. Steph is great to me in my mind and go down to the greatest players. So I will take Steph is greater than KD because he won 2 chips without KD. KD did not win without him.
Okay, so if Steph is greater than Kevin Durant, Steph should be greater than LeBron.
How so?
Well, if we're talking about, if we're basing it off of championships and what he was able to do with his team, right? LeBron had to play with other good to great players himself, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I mean, he did.
He created and he orchestrated on the banana boat a super team, did he not?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Okay,
he
so if we want to drill down deeper,
but did he not win 2 chips without Wade and Bosh? He did he not? And LeBron went to 10 straight finals. Like that's unprecedented.
So it's unprecedented, but the East was weak. Let's be honest about that. First of all, the East was an easier path.
So is that LeBron's fault that he's so much greater than the whole conference?
So is it KD's fault that he had options and he took the right option? What we can't talk.
So what does that say? But no. But I mean, he took the option that he's definitely
okay.
Is
when
okay to take.
So when we talk about he played with Wade,
it ruined his legacy.
He played with Wade. To you, he played with Wade, right? He played with Chris Bosh, right? He played with Kyrie. So far, stop me when I'm not saying a Hall of Famer. He played with Anthony Davis, right?
Okay.
So I don't understand. He played with Dwight Howard.
Okay, right. But here's my thing. I'm not knocking, again, let's put it in context, right? when you look at KD's move to Golden State, okay, and you look at LeBron's move going from Cleveland to Miami when they formed their super team, Cleveland was trash. No good. He was the only player on that team and still took them to a finals. Bad team, was not going to go anywhere. They had no intentions on building around LeBron, right? So he leaves, creates his own team in Miami. They go to 4 straight finals. But then he still goes and he wins with Cleveland. Yes, he had another superstar in Kyrie. Kyrie wasn't the player that he's become to be now, okay? Kyrie was still in that team, and they was trash. Cleveland was trash. Yeah, so he went from a team in Miami to a trash team in Cleveland, got Kyrie. I mean, Kyrie was already there, traded Wiggins, brought in Love. They was able to, and Love was a good player at the time, a star, not a superstar. He was a star, and he was able to take that team and took them to 4 straight finals. The difference between LeBron's moves and then the Lakers were trash when he went to the Lakers. So he went to bad teams. Let's just be honest. He came either from a bad team and went to a bad team. KD went from a team that was up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals and joined the team that came back and beat his team and went to a championship team with 2 Hall of Famers already, at the minimum 3, and so now, or at the max 3.
So let me ask you this.
You mean those are the same things?
When Golden State lost, how did it go?
They lost in the finals, D.
No, they lost in the finals. And in the finals, it doesn't matter if it's the finals. That means a lot. What was it? Were they up 3-1?
Yeah, they were up 3-1.
And they lost, right?
Right, they lost.
Has that ever happened before? That's the first time in history, right?
Yeah, first time, but yeah.
Okay, so they obviously had deficiencies, yes? If you knock because Kevin Durant.
What deficiency? Because Draymond got suspended. That's the only reason why most people.
That's not a reason. That's not a reason that you lose.
Because Draymond got suspended in that.
That was okay. So that's one. That's okay. So that's one game.
But you still had game 7. They could have closed that game out. That was the game they could have closed out.
You still had game 7 at home, right?
Right. They did.
Okay. So if Steph Curry is better than Kevin Durant, you finished that game, right?
Let me ask you a question, D. No, you're right. No, I agree with you there. But let me ask you a question, though, D. Do you think Golden State still could have came back the next year and beat LeBron and
absolutely
the Cavs?
Not. They have the Cavs had their number.
You don't think so? Why not? They did it already. They beat them already. Didn't they beat them the first time? Now, yes, Kyrie and Love got hurt. So, you know what? I'm not even going to mention that because they was hurt. Okay. So, but you don't think that...
And think about this. Even with both of them hurt, do you remember when Iguodala won the Finals MVP?
Yeah,
not Steph Curry, but in any case, when he won the Finals MVP, what was LeBron doing solo? What was he averaging solo against this team?
It was a billion points. He was
35 plus, right?
He was off the chain that whole. I mean, he had to be.
Right. But the thing is if you have one player and this team is supposed to be so dominant, they should have closed him out relatively easy and quickly, right?
Agreed.
Did that go 6 games? I think it went 6, right?
You keep going back to Golden State's validation to bringing KD. Understood. But if I'm KD, if I really want to get my legacy, now I don't care what people think. I'm tired. I wanted to build a legacy, but I don't care about that anymore. You know why he's saying that? Because he knows that what he did was a sucker MC move, and it will never be appreciated by anybody who truly loves the game of basketball and understands the echelon of great players. And KD is not a great player. Why? Because he did a sucker move. Yeah, I'm not blaming Golden State for bringing KD. If you got an opportunity to get a great player, and you think right now Milwaukee wouldn't get a chance if somebody was a free agent to come in and say, hey, you want to play with us? By all means, we can make cap room for you. Who's going to turn down a KD? But KD, you should have said, look, let me think of my legacy here. I want to beat this team. I don't want to join them. I want to go beat them. Why am I going to join? We was up 3-1 on this team. We can beat this team. Why can't we go and then we can go in and beat LeBron? And then everybody's going to have to give me, then I can put the crown on my head.
He don't need that.
Never be able to do that. You know why? He's a sucker MC. And that's why he knows. That's why I don't care about that. I used to care about that, but I don't care about that no more.
Well, listen, everybody, LeBron had a stupid epiphany recently. Man. Oh, I knew when I came. He said, right? What? LeBron, you're saying that LeBron knew, and he's, never had such a heavy, pretty much this. You're saying that LeBron coming out of high school never had the highest they never had such high expectations for a player that lived up to it.
That's right.
But it took LeBron saying that after he came back 3-1 on Golden State, that's when he knew he was the GOAT. He needed that validation to say that he's
Why
finally
do you think he said that?
arrived.
Why do you think he said that? Why do you think he said that? What, I mean, we just speculate here, right? We don't know what's in a man's heart, but tell me why do you think he finally said that moment was the moment? You know why?
Because it had never happened before. I think that's one of the reasons.
Could be. But I'm going to tell you more prevailing reason.
Because you're going to say, no, your reason can't be right. This is the reason.
No, your reason. No, you're partially right. I do agree. I mean, that was a great feat. Nobody's come back from 3-1, right? That's great. He could say that he was on a team that actually came back from a 3-1 deficit in the finals. But he won without Dwayne Wade. He won without Chris Bosh. He won without Pat Riley. He won without the super team. That's why he ends up saying that.
What was Kyrie's numbers? And do you remember what Kyrie was doing to Steph Curry?
Kyrie balled out. Yes, he did.
Okay, so what do you mean?
You
can do all that I did without this.
Right,
but you had Kyrie Irving.
Okay, D. Right, you did, but he was a Robin.
So let me ask you a question.
You trying to say Kyrie is the reason why he had a big shot in the game 7 over
No. You forgot a game that both of them had 40 in the same game. You must have forgot that.
But who's the MVP of that game, D?
LeBron is always going to be the MVP.
Because it's always his team. That's what I'm saying.
I get that. I get that. Okay. My question to you is, could LeBron have won against Golden State without Kyrie Irving?
No,
if the answer is no, then you have to give him some credit. You're trying to give LeBron 100% credit. Oh, this is the reason he could put the crown on his head.
But what LeBron is saying when he said, I finally feel like I'm now whatever it was, I'm the king or whatever he was saying, is because now the knock was on LeBron is because you won with a super team. That's the only reason why. Now he was able to say, I won without those guys. It's the same narrative like everybody else.
He didn't win it by himself.
No, what I'm saying is this, though, D. What is the knock on KD? KD, right, was the best skill player on Golden State, right? But at the end of the day, it was still Steph's team. And why did KD leave?
Because he was drafted there.
Right, but
he's organically.
But it doesn't matter how you draft it, whatever. What I'm trying to say is that there's going to be an art. It's not unequivocal. See, when LeBron won with Dwayne Wade and them, nobody could, even though LeBron was the best player in basketball, right? We know that. But there was still a lot to be said that, okay, but it was still kind of Wade's team. Wade was still a formidable player in the league.
And Wade won without him. Wade won before he got there.
And Wade won before he got there. Right. Same thing with the same situation with Steph. But the difference between LeBron going into Cleveland, back to Cleveland, winning again, even though Kyrie, obviously he wins with Kyrie and Love. But again, we know it's LeBron's team. KD hasn't done that yet. The only thing that'll salvage KD's legacy as a great player, he has to win with Phoenix. If he doesn't win this year, his legacy is doo-doo again. Because if he takes Phoenix to the championship and win, we know it was because of KD. Booker is a good player, but Booker is Kyrie. That's who he is to KD, as he was with LeBron. That's it. That's all it is. It's going to be KD's team. That's the team nobody wants to face, D. That's the team. Because Phoenix is coming out of the West if KD is injured free. No question about it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad.
Doo-doo, D. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Trash.
The rest are doo-doo.
The rest are doo-doo. That's it.
All right, let's quickly talk about some NFL.
Scenario. Let's go. Yes.
OBJ. He has signed. He was supposed to meet up with the Jets. He just say, listen, Ravens started talking that right money. Good for OBJ. He didn't take any type of team discount because Dallas was trying to lowball him last year and trying to get him to hurry up and sign. OBJ said, I'm not ready, number one. Number two, this is the amount of money that I want.
Dallas never tried to make him sign, though. They had more trepidation than anything else. They wasn't trying to force him to sign. Dallas never really wanted him, but go ahead.
You said they never really wanted him?
Jerry
Jones kept talking about him. He wanted him.
You already know what Jerry's doing. Jerry's building up fan bases, money. It's
Okay.
it's all of that stuff. You know, Jerry's a marketer. That's all. Dallas had never intended to sign OBJ. He never was gonna, not for what he wanted, and he wasn't healthy. Nobody knew he didn't want to work out for nobody. How are we gonna sign you and you don't want to run a route?
Well, good. It didn't work out.
Yeah,
So,
it
in
did.
any
But go ahead. I'm
case,
sorry. Go
he
ahead.
found somebody that was, interested in him. He got 15 million, fully guaranteed.
Yep.
With incentives, it can go up as high as 18 million. That's really,
correct.
really good for
That's
somebody who is coming off
Yeah.
of 2 ACL tears
Yeah.
in the same knee.
Yeah.
And hasn't really,
Yeah.
he looked really
Yeah.
good in the Super Bowl. But see,
He
that's
did.
what happens when you have a championship, you win a championship, it gives you the extra clout that you need to put you over the top. People will give you the benefit of the
I
doubt,
agree.
especially if you look good in winning, right?
Correct.
And let's face it, they looked really, really good. He looked good, and he was on his way based on how he was playing. He would have been the MVP of that Super Bowl.
Yep.
He just got injured
No question.
because he looked better than Cooper Kupp for sure.
He did.
And he scored the first touchdown. He looked really, really good. And I think ultimately that injury, non-contact, looked like someone, like a sniper shot him, and he just was, and that was it. So good for him.
Yep.
I saw a picture and a FaceTime. It seemed like him and Lamar Jackson FaceTime. But if I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm not going to get snowed by that. It's cool because now I'm thinking, okay, that 15 million, boom, boom. You could have gave me the exclusive tag. That's 45 million.
Right.
You can figure out wide receivers. You could just go heavy in the draft for wide receivers. You don't need, our offense is not set up for a $18 million wide receiver with who we don't really know is going to produce. We're hoping. We've seen, the catch versus the Cowboys. By the way, they lost that game, but you remember all of the heroic one-hand catches.
Sure.
But they could have saved that money. They could have given him a $45 million exclusive tag, more respectable. So Lamar Jackson, I know they have videos of them being in a club and Club Live in Miami and welcome OBJ, but Lamar better be smart about that. Lamar still has to stick to the script. Say whatever you want. OBJ could be smiling and having, diamonds put on his teeth. He got his money though. He got 15 million guaranteed.
No matter.
And you're still waiting on a franchise or signing a franchise tag that pays you 32 million.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, OBJ has his ring already. He's already made a ton of money before. He's getting a good check this year. He can go off into the sunset. If it don't work out, 2 or 3 games, he gets hurt. His money is still guaranteed. And he's an NFL champion. What do you say?
No, I could not agree with you more. I know we argue about debate a lot of things, and we're on the opposite end of the spectrum on some of these topics, but I have to agree with you, bro. I'm 1,000% with you, man. He better not sleep. Don't close your eyes. Don't fall for the okie doke, because this is what I believe. I don't care. I'm talking to Jackson and showing FaceTime pictures. None of that means nothing, because I'm going to tell you the truth, what I believe. I believe that OBJ knew that that was the only team that was going to give him what he was looking for. And after he realized they was going to give him what he was asking for, hey, yo, L, come on through, man. Come through, you know what I'm saying? Because really what it wasn't so much about the fact that, okay, let me make sure I can get Lamar in here. I'm going to try to work on him. This could have gone a couple different ways, right? You could even have Baltimore saying, look, we'll give OBJ this money, number one, to at least we can say to our fan base we did something, right? In the event that we do lose Lamar, we could say we got a receiver, which wouldn't really fly well at all, because why would you lose the quarterback and then add a receiver? That makes no sense, right?
Right.
Then the second thing would be is that you bring him in hopes that would be able to incentivize Lamar to take a little less money. We got you a weapon. We can let that, and then you can sign back. You can sign with us and we can negotiate a number that works for both of us. But remember, we got 18 million or 15 million guaranteed to OBJ, but we got you a weapon and that can really work. But at the end of the day, it's all cap. And I'm going to tell you why again. With OBJ, it wouldn't have mattered. He don't care if Lamar walks or not. He don't care. To your point, D, again, as I said, you spot on. You said, I can't really even add any more on this topic. The truth is, he got money that nobody was going to pay him. And really, he used Lamar, if anything, whether he meant to do it or not, indirectly, Lamar became the leverage that he was able to use to his benefit to get the money that nobody in their right mind was going to pay OBJ. Right. So kudos to him. Hey, it's a capitalistic society, country we live in. You get your bread. I ain't mad at it, but at the end of the day, he don't care about that. That's just for the fans to see. That's going to kind of make a little something with.
Hey, we tried,
and that kind of thing.
And so let me tell you what else. Since it's a 1-year deal, it's OBJ using leverage with Lamar in kind of in limbo to get him. Oh, we got you a top flight weapon, right? But then it's also the Ravens using OBJ as leverage against Lamar. Hey, we're trying to get players around you. And look, he's still not happy.
Right.
So, Lamar has to stick to his guns.
Yeah,
he has to hold fast and say, hey, you know what? If he ultimately signs the unrestricted tag, he needs to be put as much effort and as much effort as they're putting into you. You actually put forth the same kind of the way that they're kind of getting around you and supporting you. You put the same effort in. Okay. Right. Hey, if I'm gonna sign, I ain't going to OTAs. Whatever I don't that's going to now deduct from my money, I ain't going to. If it's optional, if he does that. Now, his move probably would have been to take this stance. Realistically speaking, he should have done that last year. He should have never stepped on the field last year.
I totally agree.
That was a mistake. Now it's not like by doing that, he's jammed up, because what he can do is, there's a few options. Do the tag, let them make a decision if we're going to let you go or keep you. If they want to keep you again, tag you again, you done made $85 million fully guaranteed. Then you can go. They can't stop you. Or you hold out, but you don't want to do the Le'Veon Bell thing. Hold out. Now, granted, he's still very young. It's not like Lamar is at the end of the kind of the cycle for his age and his position. I mean, Tom Brady played till he's 40, so it can happen.
It's a different style of play, but
certainly someone being in his 20s, you would expect he still has a good.
Them hits haven't caught up to him yet.
Two max contracts left. He should have at least another 8 years in him.
I agree.
We should hope. So I think he should just really, somebody online said, hey, he really needs to get an agent. I don't think it's about an agent. It's about, at this point for Lamar, it has to be about value and respect. Do you respect him? Do you respect what he's already done? Do you value him? Because their quarterbacks, he would be doing a huge disservice to himself and the quarterbacks that are behind him. Joe Burrow and who else? Who else is up? The guy from the Chargers, he's going to be up.
Justin Herbert. Yeah.
Justin Herbert is going to be up. Philly's quarterback. If he takes less money and he's overall more accomplished, just definitely more than Justin Herbert. You can say Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl. You can say
Jalen Hurts too.
Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl, but clearly, from a standpoint of what he has done and what he is to that team, he's the most dynamic player they've ever had, right?
No question.
And you see, you've gotten a sample size of what they are with him. Yep. They were leading that division with Joe Burrow, who nobody's going to blink if they say, here, $300 million fully guaranteed. Nobody would blink. They would just say, hey, well, he deserves it.
He deserves it, yeah.
He was beating him, and they're in the same division, right? So, yes, I understand that the Browns were desperate, and so they took a shot. And maybe they were bidding against themselves, but they got the person that they wanted. And
at the end of the day,
so they're happy with that.
Right.
But then that doesn't, just because someone leaps and makes a foolish decision, you can't now dummy down the position and suppress it because that's the market goes. He doesn't have years left. Right. You allowed it to go all the way out. This is his, fifth year?
Right.
And now he's expecting to get paid. Same thing. You probably with Cowboys. They could have got Dak for cheaper, but they kept kicking the can. And then you got to the crossroads where you either had to cut him, where other teams already saw what they had, so they probably would have scooped him up, or you got to overpay him for his position.
And that's where the Ravens not to mention they franchise tagged him before he got his big deal. So,
exactly.
And
we already know Kirk Cousins. Nobody he doesn't want to go Kirk Cousins route because he's too good of a player to go that route, right? Where you get franchise. But is Kirk mad? Kirk got a lot of fully guaranteed money, being a marginal quarterback from Mississippi State. No, not Mississippi State.
I don't know where he came from.
Michigan State. He played for Michigan State.
Okay.
So it's all good.
No, you're right. But one other thing, though, I think I'll just make this last point that I do think, though, there is something with the ownership. And this is what I'm looking out for. You talk about Joe Burrow, right? Possibly getting a lot of guaranteed money. But I'm going to tell you, if that happens, there's going to be a lot of outcry because, again, the owners are allegedly holding a hard line on this guaranteed money. They hate what the Cleveland Browns ownership did by giving Deshaun Watson all this money. And so what it did, it made every situation bad, right? For the quarterbacks, for other owners now, you put them in a position, so everybody wants Deshaun Watson to set the market, right? But even with Mahomes, because his contract is so long and he's got money spread out over so many years, giving them a lot of flexibility to renegotiate and to give him more upfront money and then let the cat, like you say, just kick the can down the road as far as making some adjustments.
But look at the team he had. Look at the team. Right. If you got the best tight end, you got a top 3 to 5 receiver, you got an offensive genius, it's easy to say, okay, we'll make it, Give me $450 million, no sweat.
No sweat. But that's the sad part of that because, again, Baltimore is not Kansas City, right? When you look at the whole team, right, of the players that they have. But at the end of the day, they can still be that kind of team when you can pull a little bit of that model and use that to your advantage because, again, at the minimum, you got your Division I for all intents and purposes. I mean, Cincinnati obviously is there. But what I'm saying is you got your Division I, you're a playoff team. You're just a few pieces away. So you give Lamar money and you just work his money down through the years or whatever, however you got to work it, right? You pay him, but he may not even get all of that money. It's all about the guarantee, right? But what I'm saying is you can still push those numbers around and kind of work it. And I'm not a capologist. I don't know exactly how it all works. But my main thing is this. If it is true that the owners are not giving that level of money, because what did Deshaun get? 260, right? Is it 240
no,
or 260?
230.
230. Okay, so he got 230. Fully guaranteed. They're like, we're not giving nobody $230 million guaranteed. And if they're holding to that, then that means everybody has to be held. Herbert, Hurts, Burrow. These guys are going to have to be held to that same that uniform thinking of the good old boys club. And they all got to say, listen, don't you pay Herbert. Don't you pay this boy that because we're not doing it. We got to hold our line because otherwise it's going to get crazy. Okay? Now, if they do get their money and they get more than that, then we know it's something else different that's going on as opposed to what's being said. That's the thing I'm curious to see. So we got another year to see, but I agree with you, D. I think Lamar needs to definitely sign, sit out. Something came into your eye, can't really see. It's affecting the way you look. Whatever. You can't see. You're missing your progressions. You just don't know if you can play the rest of the year. You're done. All right, and that's it. And then you sit out. You collect your money and wait till next year. See what happens. Yeah, but I agree with you, man.
Because what happened was he played at such a high level. Once he left, they had enough of a lead that they still made the playoffs.
Right.
Now try playing with Tyler Huntley the whole season. You got no shot.
He ain't it.
You can I mean, listen, if they want, they can scoop up Jack Johnson, the one that cost us the
I ain't gonna lie.
NFC
That
Championship
dude,
game.
I
Jack
don't know how
Johnson
he's
should
even
be
in the
out
NFL,
of the
man.
league. And he's had a very long career.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how. He knows somebody.
But yo, listen, there's some people that are good, just, good scout team. Maybe he embodies enough that he, can mimic a mobile quarterback, enough for a pocket quarterback.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah,
maybe that's
keep him around. Yeah, that's true. Too. Yeah,
and they're not getting no significant money, but if you're employed, you're employed. And I mean, he's had a very long. He's been on, 29 teams. So hey, listen.
That's all it is. He's your 13th man on the bench, or the 12th man on the bench, rather. I'm sorry.
Right.
In NBA, that's all. As long as you're on that team, you can still make money. But go ahead. What else we got?
Yeah, but what else? I think that's it.
That it? Wow.
I think that's it because we're not going to talk about Brooklyn.
We're not going to talk about Brooklyn?
No, because I will say this. I'm going to say this.
You going to wait
and
till
then,
Friday?
I'm going to say this. Brooklyn, are you listening?
I'm listening.
Is going to shock.
Brooklyn listening or am I listening?
Brooklyn.
Okay, go ahead.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Everybody that's watching Brooklyn Beards and Ball.
Yeah.
The Nets are going to shock the world. You heard it here first. The Nets are going to upset the 76ers. I'm saying it right now. The Nets are going to upset the Philadelphia 76ers. It's going to happen. I feel confident. I feel confident in it.
All right.
I think, and can I just
that's
give
a good reel right there.
Speaking of giving flowers, can we give a shout out to Mikal Bridges, who is he's an Iron Man. That man has played 383 consecutive games. He has started every game, or he has played every game in his career so far.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah,
okay, this ain't LeBron. This ain't the foot splitting. This ain't Anthony Davis made of glass. This is not KD slipping on a banana peel. This dude is an Iron Man. So let's give him his flowers, just like we giving everybody else shout outs. We're not talking about Steph Curry's rickety ankles. I'm spitting. Oh man! But
I'm saying, OD,
I've got a spit coming out. That's how excited I am about the Brooklyn Nets. We're gonna edit all that. I'm gonna throw up everything what I just said. Oh man! But that's gonna. You're never gonna see that, guys. But in any case,
listen. I just say this: if you've been playing in that many games, then you got to show something for it. So no matter how you mention all these other guys that get hurt, but each guy you mentioned got rings. So Mikal Bridges, it's nice that you're an Iron Man.
He's young in his
career.
There's
a lot of this. That's good. That's nice. I mean, but I like Mikal. I think he's a really good player. He actually shocked me. I didn't think he was that. I didn't think he had that in him. Obviously you couldn't see that in Phoenix, but he's good. I think y'all got something there. Y'all definitely got something there. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think y'all are gonna win, but I like for y'all to win. I want y'all to beat the Knicks, if anything. I don't know if
I don't listen. I don't care about the Knicks. I don't care about the Knicks. The Knicks ain't making it out of the first round either. I mean, Cleveland, it's gonna be for them. Cleveland's gonna beat them. So I'm not. I
think so too. Yeah, I really do. I think
listen, Julius Randle. If Julius Randle is the anchor of your team and you're expecting him to be the man and be mature and help your team win, forget Jalen Brunson's going to do his thing. Julius Randle is the problem.
Yeah. Unless Jalen could somehow pace them.
Taser him. Unless he can taser. Because Julius Randle he's the type of player that gets upset with calls and he starts fighting his own team.
Right.
Those players, there's nothing you can do with. There's nothing you can do with that team. And I think Cleveland has a good enough team.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Mobley, they got what's his name?
And then you got Spider, of course.
Jared Allen. I mean, they got a good team. They have I mean, Levert. They got our castaways. Yeah. But they have enough good players and a core.
They do.
I think they're going to be a problem for the Knicks.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
I agree. It's either going to go this way. Either all three of our teams, me, you, and Corey's team, will be out in the first round.
Yeah.
Or two of our teams are going to advance. And those two teams would be the Nets and the Lakers, and we'll still have some more to discuss.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I just feel yeah. I want y'all to. I do think I want. Let me. As I said already, I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if y'all beat the Sixers. I don't think y'all will, but I wouldn't be shocked if it happens.
I'm actually bringing up. I was saying 40% the whole time. I'm actually going to raise it to 45%. I'm at 45% that we're going to beat the 76ers in the first round.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens. But hey, listen, man. Listen. They're right now. They're enjoying themselves. They're having a good time. Everyone's getting. We just had, Easter.
Yeah.
Resurrection Sunday, and people are enjoying and spending time with their families. Not you guys. You guys are preparing to do something. Y'all got to go play. I mean, everybody else is watching and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, we don't mind that. We okay with that. We okay with that.
So yeah, this is like
it's just a harder road. That's all. Narrow is the way. That's
all. There you go.
Narrow is the way. So that's the way we going. We're not taking the Broadway. That leads to destruction.
Okay, perfect. That's the perfect way to end it.
Way leads to life and rings. So that's the way we going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
well, listen. Shout outs to Infinite Audio for the music.
Yes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to Kingdom Creator for the production. What a fantastic production. Yep. Please like, share, subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube page. We appreciate all of the comments. We appreciate everyone's input and feedback. We love it. Continue doing it. Rod, until next time, man, I appreciate it.
My brother.
Good luck to your Lakers. We'll see what happens. Man, if they lose without Gobert and Brokan, you guys, ooh, man. Ooh. Come on, Big Cat. Come on, Big Cat.
Yeah, I'm still a little nervous, but yeah, hopefully we should be able to win this.
So you should be. Until next time, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Peace.